The Artificial Intelligence Workshop will give participants a foundational understanding of how AI machines are programmed to communicate with humans. The learning objectives for this workshop are as follows. Participants should be able to define artificial intelligence, discuss how to recognize artificial intelligence, discuss how artificial intelligence might be put to use, and discuss potential dangers of intelligent machines. The supplies necessary for this workshop are an apparatus to watch the video instruction, either a projector or computer will work, paper and markers, and computers for the participants to use. Participants can be paired to share computers. That's perfectly fine. For this workshop, all you will need to do is just set up the video and set up the computers. Begin by giving a video instruction. In the introduction, discuss artificial intelligence with the participants. Ask open-ended questions such as, what do you think artificial intelligence might mean? And do you think computers are smart? After you have discussed what the participants might already know or guess about artificial intelligence, you will show them a video introduction that explains more. You can use the video entitled The Rise of Artificial Intelligence that's listed in the workshop to finish this discussion. Now you can talk about concepts that were introduced in the video. Find out if their idea of AI changed by asking, what do you all think of AI now? Next, move on to the Cleverbot activity. Cleverbot is an example of an attempt to create a system that can communicate with natural language. The system is an example of the learning methodology of AI creation that is discussed in the video. Since 1988, it has taken user input and learned how to respond more naturally in conversations. The application is far from perfect, but it can be used as a tool to discuss how difficult creating AI systems can be. Be sure to inform participants of what Cleverbot is and ask what they are going to be looking for as signs of AI when they're beginning this activity. Direct participants to the link www.cleverbot.com. Have them begin speaking to the program by entering sentences into the chat box. Give them some time to play with the program. Ask if the program can respond to a simple question and if they can get it to tell a joke. Discuss with the participants what they thought of Cleverbot by conducting a Turing test. This means asking the participants, was it easy to tell that it was a computer responding, or did it seem as if there was an actual person responding? If the computer was intelligent enough to seem human, it passed the Turing test. If not, it failed. Did Cleverbot pass? Next, you'll do a conversation map. Now that participants have experienced the Cleverbot model, they will see what a rules-based method of AI development might look like when attempting to reproduce natural language interactions. Their first attempt will be a simple recording of a conversation in a straight line, and their second attempt will expand that into a larger conversation map. For the straight line conversation, pair up participants to work together. Give each pair of participants paper and markers. Explain the activity along these lines. Now we are going to try and make our own conversation robot on paper. What you are going to do is have one of you say something, and then the other person is going to respond. Write down what both people have said. Then continue by having the first person say something and having the second person respond. Their paper should look like example 1, which is provided at the bottom of the AI workshop. Give the students some time to write down their conversations. Make sure that all the students are following the example and understand what to do. Have them write down at least 3 prompts and responses. Have a pair of participants bring their conversation map up to the front and share with everyone. Have them act out their conversation and determine whether it sounds natural. Now we're going to expand on that straight line conversation into more of a conversation map. Explain the activity along these lines. Now we are going to try and expand our diagrams to include more possibilities. When you are speaking with someone, they might answer questions in lots of different ways. For a computer to speak naturally, they must be able to understand and respond to lots of different types of sentences. So now what you are going to do is decide how to start the conversation at the top of the page, and then below that you will put 2 possible responses. Then below each of those responses, you will put 2 more responses to that response. And continue on like that until you have developed a conversation map. Show the participants example 2 as a guide to understand what their conversation map should look like. Give the students more time in this round, as it will take them longer to map out their conversations. Sometimes this can be confusing at first, but once they understand how to do it, they can map it out fairly well. Once again, have a pair of students present their conversation map to the rest of the audience. Discuss this second part of the activity with the students. Ask, was it hard to map out the conversations? How do the 2 conversation maps they made look different? Was the second conversation map more complicated by having to only come up with 2 possible responses each time? How complicated was the Cleverbot system? Finish the workshop with a discussion about how their understanding of AI has changed after the activities. Find out, was this an interesting topic for them? And would they like to learn more? Make sure to hit on these key concepts: what artificial intelligence actually is, how they can recognize it, how artificial intelligence might be put to use, and the dangers of artificial intelligence. As technology progresses, AI is an important concept for youth to understand. This workshop should be a fun and entertaining activity that builds a foundational understanding of how AI machines are taught to communicate.